a New Year's hoop. All right, the sticker kids are helping out.
No.
Some our New Year's Eve early celebration of New Year's Day and my birthday, which is New Year's Day. How old will I be?
70.
70 years old. What a milestone.
That's when you start hooping and you can't control it.
Oh, thanks. Well, that's what I wanted to hear.
You're welcome.
All right. Let's talk about a few things before I get into my. Go talk about my acquisitions of 2023.
Would you like to know your comments though?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. K.E. Bruh said, "You're awesome at making videos. I love the Beatles," and they also said happy birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Deborah Eagerly said, "Happy birthday also."
All right. Thanks a lot, Debbie and what's the other name?
K.E. Bruh. I don't know what their name is, but
What's that?
K.E. Brew.
K.E. Bruh.
K.E. Brew.
It says Bruh.
And we're wishing a happy New Year's to our United Kingdom. If any of you stayed up, it's already 2024 there, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning. So happy New Year. We got quite a few followers in the United Kingdom, and we have a lot in Canada and Mexico and other countries from around the world. We're up to 12. What are we up to now? Are we up to 1,200?
Man,
1,167.
Oh, okay. 168. 1,168 subscribers. And a remarkable thing, I used to say, only 10% of you watching are subscribed to our channel. Well, we're almost up to 49% of our viewers now are subscribers. Can you believe that?
I'm sorry, what?
49%. Can you believe that? Give us a toot. Toot! All right, thanks. Couple comments before I get going here. A couple of years ago, I bought a Beatles butcher cover on eBay, and the seller didn't know that he had a Beatles butcher cover. I thought that would never happen again. Well, I was wrong. 3 days ago, there was a listing that said Beatles green LP record carrier. And I saw that when I hit my new listings, but it was in rough shape. And I said, well, I'm never going to bid on that. But the key was it said green LP record carrier plus 8 Beatle albums. And if you went through all the pictures, in the last picture, they had a yesterday and today, and plainly you could see the Ringo V-neck, a mono second state butcher cover, and they didn't even know they had one in their Beatle collection. So at the last second, there were a lot of bids. I wasn't watching it, so I missed it, but it went for $774. That shows you still can get a butcher cover out there, and the seller doesn't always know that he has one. And another comment on YouTube, the new Paul McCartney concert from Rio de Janeiro, I think is a really good presentation that Paul did this year. I guess it was on Disney Plus in Brazil, but you ought to check it out. They I guess it's like a 2-hour concert. The whole concert is professionally videoed, and it's on YouTube. But they seemed like they have adapted Paul's older voice to the concert, and it's more enjoyable, I thought. He's got horn players in the back, and the drummer Abe's doing a lot of the background vocals, and Paul's I think he's kind of changed the way he's singing the songs, adapting to his older age. So I thought it was a big improvement over last year's shows. That's my comment on that. All right, let's get into it. One other big thing. Next Wednesday at December 3rd at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm going to be interviewed on Rachel's Ghost channel for the 3rd time.
You said December 3rd.
So thanks. What?
You said December
Oh, December. You're right. January 3rd. We'll get that right. Thanks, Sticker Girl.
Wolfie Baby said happy birthday and happy new year.
All right, Wolfie Baby. Sorry about the mix-up on the. That's the way I bought that. That the record didn't match the. It was a East Coast record with a West Coast cover, but I'll get you one here in the future. What's your comment?
No,
What was I talking about?
we're about to get into some stuff. You just
Yeah.
got done talking about Rachel's ghost.
Yeah, Rachel's Ghosts. All right, January 3rd at 2 p.m. in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time. I'll be interviewed for 90 minutes again on Rachel Ghost's channel for the third time. Shout out to Rachel Ghost. She always puts out a good word for me, and I sent her two 2014 mono sealed albums to her, a Sgt. Pepper and a Rubber Soul. But she said when we made the deal, she said, I changed my address, but I guess at the time she made the purchase, she had the old address. So it's going to her old address, but her former neighbor is going to send it to her. So hopefully she'll have it by next Wednesday. And a couple big new arrivals I'll have for next Wednesday. They're already in Louisville, but I won't get them till Tuesday because of the holiday in the postal system. But I'm getting a Led Zeppelin. It has a promo excerpts on one side of the album, and it's got Dusty Springfield on the other side of the album. So that's pretty remarkable. That's the first time anybody ever heard Led Zeppelin in the stores, and I have a promo copy of that coming. And I have a sealed 1972 Unipack of Exile on Main Street that's got both hype stickers, one hype sticker on the front, one hype sticker on the back. And I'll have that for the Rachel Ghost interview on Wednesday. Any comments, any jokes there? You got a joke there, Sticker Kid? New Year's joke? No jokes?
9 till 10:10.
10:10. Oh, you're gonna hold on. You have a joke?
Sadly, no.
Nope. Sticker girl, sticker granddaughter doesn't have a joke.
Well, I do.
Are you Sticker Kid or are you a little sticker today? You're gonna be a teenager in 2 months. Hallelujah! Give me a toot.
I still see a couple of ears.
You'll be 13. Oh, there's the fireworks going off already. All right, let's get going.
Wolfie Baby made another comment. They just said thanks, Frank. Good to hear.
About getting you
West Coast.
the West Coast mono out correct record for his butcher cover that he bought from me.
I can't see the file, but
No, come on, we're doing this.
Just you're listening to the fireworks. Okay, in the last year I purchased 3 factory pre-recorded reel-to-reels that I have up on my STICKERMANIA 2853 store. Got a Sgt. Pepper from 1968, beautiful condition on Ampex tapes. We got an Abbey Road, one of the best ways to hear Abbey Road on Ampex tapes. Got it backwards. No corner splits. Hardly any rub wear to the slicks. Really nice. And I have a Let It Be from 1970 on Ampex tapes, 7.5 inches per second. And this black cover is real hard to get without any rub wear.
Why don't you sell Spice Girls no more?
Spice Girls?
Yep.
No, only Spice Girls I like song was that first one, Wanna Be Wanna. I like that song a lot.
Well, I thought you used to sell some of their stuff.
Oh, I used to sell Spice Girls dolls and stuff, but that's not really how I am.
I have a joke now.
You have a joke? Well, let's hear it. What Sticker Kid
Project
got
yourself.
a joke? Project.
What do snowmen like to do on New Year's Eve?
What do snowmen like to do on New Year's Eve?
Chill out.
Chill out. Good one. Give us a loud toot. Give us a New Year's toot. That's a good one.
Don't do that one again.
All
They
right.
shake it up.
That was too loud.
If you stick around for about 30 minutes, we're going to have my 3 questions, trivia questions concerning the butcher cover. And the first one that answers all 3 of them correctly will win this peeled East Coast number 3 mono butcher cover with the matching Wolfie Baby. This one's got the right one. Matching East Coast with a small 1. I'll hold off a little bit before I ask the questions. We're shooting for 60 minutes. We get a lot of people asking questions. We might go over a little bit. So we won't ruin your New Year's Eve parties.
Heck no. Go party.
All right, before I get into the butcher covers, some of my acquisitions this year. This is one of my new Holy Grail items. You know what Holy Grail means? Hard to obtain.
Yeah, I know what they meant.
This is the first Beatles album cover manufactured in North America. It was made in June of 1963. Has printed in the USA on the edge there. And the covers, the slicks to this cover were put away in storage unit, or in storage, because VJ Records said the Beatles will never sell in America. Well, when I Want to Hold Your Hand was rushed out at the end of 1963 and started getting played on all the radios, VJ had a board meeting. They said, let's get this album out quick. So I think it came out January 10th, and this was the very first issue that used the 1963 cover slick of introducing the Beatles with the ad backs on the back to disguise that it had Love Me Do and P.S. I Love You on there, because Capitol Records had already told them they couldn't use those songs, but they had already made the records. So they said, heck with it, we're going to release it anyway. And if we get sued, we get sued. And that's the first stereo issue of introducing the Beatles, was a stereo at the 12 o'clock position above the VJ logo. I've only had this Holy Grail about 5 times in my lifetime. They're really tough to get. This one has no seam splits. It's in a very good plus condition, has a little bit of aging wear. It's got no writing on it. Does have a store stamp or from the factory down there on the bottom. It's got all the printing on the spine. That's important.
Go ahead.
Old Beatlemania fan Dave said, just discovered your channel recently and I'm impressed with your Beatles memorabilia. Looks like you've got some nice stuff. Happy New Year and all the best in 2024.
From Dave? England Dave?
No. Old Beatle fan? Maybe.
Old Beatle fan Dave?
They said they just got up on
Old
your account
Beatlemania
recently.
fan, Dave.
All right. How you doing there, Dave? Thanks for checking us out.
And Brad Parnell said, Happy New Year.
Brad from the store. Happy New Year, Brad.
He works there?
No, he does the online. You know, orders online.
Wait.
Comes and picks up his groceries.
They have orders online?
Yeah, we've been doing it for about 7 years.
What the heck? I didn't know that.
Got this in 2 days ago. A Beatles 65 original, late 1964 first issue, still in the factory shrink. It's got the factory breathe holes there. It's got the stereo statement here. This stereo record should be played only with a stereo cartridge and needle to avoid damage. That's how you know you actually have a cover that was made in the mid 1960s. If it doesn't have that statement on there, it was made after 1967. It's a Scranton, made in Scranton, Pennsylvania, number 3. Really nice, near mint shape. Got the right inner sleeve. Somebody asked me, how do I know it's a original 1964? I said, because of the statement, the inner sleeve, and the label, the first capital label. And it's got stereo on it. That's a real deal. Really nice shape. It's up on my STICKERMANIA 2853 store for $99. It will probably be sold in the next 24 hours. So if you're interested in it, don't waste any time.
How much?
$99.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna buy it.
You're gonna buy it?
Yeah.
Out of your allowance?
Hopefully you have a bank account.
She don't know how to save money.
Yeah.
Talking about 1964 one more time. It's when the Beatles really hit. They were making Meet the Beatles so fast that they were pasting the Meet the Beatles slick over Capitol albums that were not selling, that they had in inventory because they couldn't make the covers fast enough. Meet the Beatles mono. It doesn't have a number, so it wasn't made in Scranton. But they were, that's how they were keeping up with the demand because they thought it was going to sell only 200,000 copies in the United States, and it ended up selling about 4 million in 3 months.
Mr. Sticky,
Yes.
Mr. Cameraman won't let me play with my horn.
Well, you can later on. One other Meet the Beatles. This is the very first issue from first week of 1964. It has a Beatles Are Coming sticker on the cover. That's the way the Capitol reps were putting. They didn't factory shrink them in early '64, and a lot of the Capitol representatives were pasting these stickers on the covers. But the record does not have any publishing credits after the songs. It just says, I Want to Hold Your Hand, and it has a time, 2:24. There's no BMI or ASCAP on any of the songs, on either one of the labels. That was a mistake. Only a couple 100,000 were printed that way before they realized it was a mistake. And all the other issues had the the BMI and ASCAP on them. All right, that's enough on Meet the Beatles. We did Introducing the Beatles, we did Meet the Beatles. One came out January 10th. That was Introducing the Beatles, and this came out maybe like 5 days later. Butchers talked about the Stones, Led Zeppelin. I talked about the promo coming in.
I'm a pokey with my unicorn horn.
We got, here's Led Zeppelin's first album in the factory shrink. If you can believe this, it was had a suggested retail price in the stores of $4.98 and the store discounted at $3.99. I'd say that's worth a lot more than $3.99 now. The very first pressing of Led Zeppelin 1 from the United States. And hardly played, excellent condition.
I like it.
This is Led Zeppelin 2 from late 1969. It's in the factory shrink. The gatefold's never been opened up, and it has the hype sticker for Whole Lotta Love. Led Zeppelin didn't want to release Whole Lotta Love as a single, but it had so much airplay that they had to put the hype sticker on the second issues of the cover because it was getting so much radio airplay. It's got the titles back, hype sticker on the back. But this matte cover is the way the first issues of Led Zeppelin 2 were released, and this gatefold's never been opened. It's the first time I've ever had one where the gatefold's never been opened. Got the correct inner sleeve, and the most important thing, it has the, get it out of here. It's got the RL hot mix from Presswell on both sides. Now you can tell that on side 2, the dead wax is really small because the grooves take up almost the whole record. The ultimate way to hear Led Zeppelin 2 with all the bass and all the wild back and forth guitar sounds from Jimmy Page. They say the master tapes never sounded quite like this, but Robert Ludwig took it to a whole different level until a kid, the grandchild of Led Zeppelin's, or of Atlantic Records presidents, their grandchild played it on a kid's record player and it started bouncing, and he called and said, "Stop the presses. You gotta tone that record down. It is playing too crazy." And one more Led Zeppelin. How can we not talk about Led Zeppelin Zosa, Led Zeppelin 4? This is the Porky Pecco Duck first mix of Led Zeppelin 4, the ultimate way to hear this great album, with, of course, Stairway to Heaven on it. Alright, let's put the Led Zeppelin away.
Who's Dolly Parton?
Who's Dolly Parton?
Yep.
Dolly Parton? You don't know who Dolly Parton is, huh?
Well, I think I've seen her before, but I just don't know who she is. Ain't she an old singer?
She's about 75. She just did a new version of Let It Be that's got Paul McCartney singing in the background on it.
Oh.
Any questions?
Yeah.
What's your question?
Can I tell my joke now?
Yes. Sticker Kid's gonna tell another joke.
Why do you need Julie on New Year's Eve?
Why do you need it? What's the answer?
To wing it in.
To ring it in. All right.
Huh?
Good joke.
Why do you need jewelry on the ring?
All right. Shout out to my
Oh.
greeting card lady that's is in our store. I told her I borrowed this card rack for a while that I'm putting my albums on, but I'm gonna take it back to the store next week. But it's ideal to put my record albums on. She said she has some old racks that she uses for yard sales, and people really like the way she displays them on it. But the albums fit so perfectly on it.
It's $5.
All right, let's talk about the great 2 estates that I went to.
Vito La Vita said, "Happy birthday, I watch all the time."
What's it? All right, thanks.
Vito La Vita.
Oh my neck.
Vito, let's see it. Or
Vito La Vita.
where's that?
Right there.
Vito La
La Vita.
Ve.
It's gonna be like a V. It's not gonna be like a F.
All right.
La Fata.
Happy
Oh,
birthday!
my
I'm turning 70. Are you gonna say happy birthday?
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
This hurts.
Happy what?
Well, I'm knocking everything down.
Me too. I'm making too much noise.
I'm just trying to get everyone excited for New Year's.
All right, let's talk the Tennessee estate. Me and my son went to they have a Beatles collector in Florida. Most of that has been sold. That was a few months ago. I got a few of my Bonnies left. Tony Sheridan. Those are Germany pressings. The ultimate way to hear the Polydor first issues, or the stereo recordings with the Beatles on the background. And Paul bass playing really sounds amazing on these pressings. This came from there's the fireworks again. This came from the Tennessee estate, Santa Claus, Ringo Starr, I Want to Be Santa Claus. Christmas is over. And then we did the great rock and roll indie auction from about, what did you say, about a month ago?
Yeah, that's probably about right.
Yep. And Rachel Ghost has been talking a little bit about it, where I spent $24,000 on what we went down and obtained through different lots in the auction. This was one of them, a signed Mellow Yellow album mono pressing by Donovan.
Mr. Beatles Pro said, "Hey there, Frank. Happy New Year to you."
Thanks,
and
Beetle
yours."
Pro. I checked out your latest video. It was pretty good. And I subscribed to your channel. There's a signed Donovan album. And I'm sure you guys have already asked this trivia question, but who's singing background, hollering and hooping in Mellow Yellow? One of the Beatles. You got it wrong last
John
time.
Lennon.
No.
George.
No.
Wingo.
You purposely believe Paul to the end. No, it's Paul McCartney.
Wrong, too wrong. I'm always right.
You're always right. And from the...
Mr. Beatles Pro said, "Thank you."
All right. You're welcome, Mr. Beatles Pro. Do you remember that guy that was sitting in the chair at the Chicago Fest for Beatle fans when we were going through the lobby?
No.
He goes, "Hey, how's it going, Sticker Man?" And there's Sticker Kid. Remember the guy that recognized you in the hotel? He was sitting down there in the lobby.
I saw sand though.
And you thought that was pretty neat that he recognized you? You don't remember.
He's shy.
Huh?
He's shy.
We put up our original 1968 look posters again today for the background. What do you call George over here? You have a name for him.
Scary.
Scary? What about Paul?
Tall.
You said
Tom?
that was a phone draw or a phone member.
Like a phone picture? John Lennon,
Hypnotized.
Hypnotized, and Ringo Starr. Bird? He's giving the bird or what?
Oh. He's giving shadow.
Giving a shadow?
And that guy is Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa?
Yeah.
George is Mona Lisa?
Sorry, y'all. I had to move it so you can see everything a little bit. I think anybody motion sickness. I apologize.
Oh, what?
From the great rock and roll indie estate, some of the $24,000 I spent, got this sign, 1963, with all 4 Beatle autographs, with a COA from Roger Epperson of Real Autographs. And what's cool about it, it says, "To Frank, best wishes, John Lennon." And John Lennon usually always just rushed his name and never inscribed something, but this time he actually said, "To Frank, best wishes." And on the other piece of scrap paper, you have George Harrison, Ringo Starr, and Paul McCartney.
You got a question?
Yes.
Well, I don't know if it's a question.
It's not a question.
And I have a
I haven't read it yet. That's what I'm saying.
And I
You have a comment. Okay. Vito LaVita said, "Paul McCartney is singing BVS on Mellow Yellow. I met Donovan years ago and he told me that Paul sang backups."
That is correct. That was kept kind of hush-hush when the song came out, but it got pretty quickly. Everybody discovered it had to be Paul McCartney.
Mrs. Sticky.
Yes.
I have a jockey.
All right, tell your joke. I'm just talking about these autographs.
What's a cow's favorite holiday?
What's a cow's favorite
Holiday.
What is it?
New Year's Eve.
Moo Year's Eve.
I thought it was going to be Moo Years. But
All right.
I'll leave.
you suck.
I'll leave.
No.
Can I leave?
Whatever, go. You
Yeah.
make me mad.
I have one more question.
Yes.
Have you ever
Helmet.
actually met?
No, because then hold on, sit down and we're gonna have to sing him happy birthday for it. Because we were gonna do that at the end of the
You
video.
can come back you can come back and take a break.
Yeah, at the end you'll come back and do it. So go.
Yeah.
Read the comments.
Say goodbye. Let's go.
Don't be doing that out
Do
there
one
either.
too on your way out. Thanks.
Brad Parnell said, I did more research on Wonderful Christmas Time and it appears it really was just Paul by himself. Like McCartney, too, thought it was credited to Ewings.
Yeah, he's right. I looked it up after the last live stream, and he's correct. Paul did all the, outside of Linda on background vocals, did all Wonderful Christmas Time by himself. But when they made a video for it, they had the current lineup of Wings from the late 70s with Joe English, Jimmy McCullough, Lawrence Gerber, Joe English, Denny Lane, Linda McCartney, and Paul McCartney were in the video for Wonderful Christmas Time. But when they recorded it, Paul did it all by himself, and McCartney too pretty much was all by himself. Paul can play all the instruments himself. Even in the beginning, when they were recording I Want to Hold Your Hand, he was telling Ringo, you got to attack at the beginning. And then a lot of times he would tell George how to play a certain guitar lick, and if George couldn't come up with it, Paul did it himself. A lot of that on the White Album. Back in the USSR is Paul shredding the guitar, the lead guitar in the middle of the song. Okay, this is the big item from, we got another question.
Mr. Beatles Bros said, not Joe English, Steve Hall.
Yes, you're correct. Not Joe English, Steve Holly. Thanks for correcting me, Mr. Beatles Bro. I had that in my mind, it came out wrong. It was a 70-year-old slight of old age moment, I guess.
There's actually more. Brad Parnell said, I bet the Sticker Kids don't know which instrument Paul started with.
Do you know what was his first instrument?
Drums.
I mean, he was drafted in the Beatles to play bass guitar because George and John didn't want to play it. But he was good at the piano too.
Guitar. Is that meant to say?
Oh, yeah, he's a lead. He could play lead guitar. But he got drafted into being the bass player because Stuart Sutcliffe quit the group to be with Astrid Kushner.
You didn't even know the answer. It was his trumpet.
His dad.
Oh, his dad's trumpet. Oh, okay.
And then do the
More. Vito LaVita said Steve Hawley is the best. I mean, I don't know where I saw that. Steve Hawley is the drummer in the Wonderful Christmas Time in the
just
video.
correct you as well.
Yes, you're correct. Thank you. Any other mistakes I make, write them in there and tell me when I'm wrong. This is the big item from the great rock and roll indie. I've said it a few times, but some of you new viewers might not have seen it. This is a full ticket stub never used from Sweden, October 27th, 1963. Signed on the front by John Lennon and Paul McCartney. I know it's hard to see that. And on the back, George Harrison and Ringo Starr on the left and Ringo Starr again on the right. Ringo was considerate to sign it twice in case the ticket stub was torn in half. But this was the third show. They played 3 shows that day in Gothenburg, Sweden, and they traveled 500 kilometers to get to that show, that venue, and they performed 3 times, 9 songs each. So the Beatles definitely weren't an overnight sensation. They put in their dues. They performed 10,000 hours in Hamburg. In Sweden, when they went to Sweden, this was 3 days before they performed the Swedish drop-in TV performance that you can pull up on YouTube, or it's in Anthology, when the Beatles were only going to perform 2 songs, and the audience reaction was so strong, they let them perform 2 extra songs. And they were happy to do it. But Ringo was just going crazy on the drums. And Long Tall Sally, and I saw her standing there.
Mr. Beatles Pro, well, he was just telling everyone click the like button. But Brad Parnell, he said Paul switched to guitar because he felt he couldn't get girls' attentions playing the trumpet.
I'm sure he's probably right.
Would you date a trumpet player?
That's
I date a guitar player. Yeah.
that's a COA for those set of autographs up there on the wall in the frame from PSA DNA. They're the Roger Epperson. They're the people that do the authentications of autographs on the Pawn Stars show.
So, do you want that box, the sealed box first before you do the...
This also came from the Great Indie Rock and Roll Auction. I sold the Ringo Starr signed Ringo album from 1973, but this is the sheet music for Year 16 that was signed in 1990, and this was right towards the end when Ringo Starr signed his last name. In 1992, he never signed his last name again. He just signed Ringo. And now it's almost impossible to get him to sign anything because he thinks people are going to resell his autograph. That comes with the COA from Rock and Roll Auctions, which Robert Epperson works for. One other autograph from that, the Great Indie Rock and Roll Auction, is the Hollies with all the members of the original group: Graham Nash, Alan Clark, Tony Hicks, Bobby Ellett, and Eric Haddock. All of them are signed there on the page except for Alan Clark. That's a separate scrapbook page. But on the back of this, when they had it in the auction, they didn't realize what was on the back of it. They didn't know it had any importance, but you got Freddie from Freddie and the Dreamers. He's no longer with us, but they had that big hit, I'm Telling You Now, and Do the Freddie. Surely you guys have heard the song, I'm Telling You Now.
No, I haven't.
You haven't heard it, but people that are my age have heard it. It was a big hit. I told you I sold the Ringo Starr signed album, and I sold the Gartland figure of Ringo's Crossing Abbey Road from 1996. He hand signed so many of them, and I sold that right away.
You excited to... What's your New Year's resolution?
What's my New Year's resolution?
Yep.
Stay healthy. Do my jogging every other day. Keep working at the grocery store, see if I can keep doing it for part-time for a few more years. And keep
up with your
keep up with my eBay store, STICKERMANIA 2853, on my buying and selling Beatles, Stones, and Led Zeppelin. My passion. This is a new Led Zeppelin that I showed a while back. Unused ticket from 1977 to see Led Zeppelin at the Kingdome in Seattle, the same place Paul McCartney and Wings performed and videoed their rock show for the movie release.
Someone had a question.
It was a $10 ticket, never been used. Got a lot of watchers on that. But we're going to get into the item now.
Hold on, let her do the question.
All right, questions.
Mr. Beatles Pro asked, do you just buy and sell, or do you do consignments also?
Consignments, that's what Perry Cox does. I've done that a few times, but not very much.
Ooh, yeah.
I will peel a butcher cover for a fee, or I've sold people's butcher covers before. And I have a buddy, Kevin Records, here in Louisville, and we have a partnership, and I sell some of his items, and he sells some of mine.
Giveaway time.
All right, we talked about that. This wasn't in the Great Rock and Roll Auction. I've had this a few months. A sign, Abbey Road by Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr, with the COA from Frank Casio. He doesn't do those COAs anymore. Him and Perry Cox both. But this was signed in 2005 when Paul was on tour. but it's a real nice autograph of Paul up there in the light blue sky where you can see his whole unrushed signature. And Ringo was signed on the bottom there a couple months later.
Where'd my phone go?
Okay, my question to you: are you gonna do the mono and the sealed box before the butcher? Or do you want to?
Yeah, we're gonna do a few of these other things, then I'm gonna get into butcher covers for a big segment of the show.
Yeah, we're at 42 minutes right now.
Let's show the mono box set.
We'll box the box set first.
Alright, most of the.
Then we're gonna have a butcher's segment that's gonna last for a while. So hold on to your seats. This is a show me that shipping bone. What, are you getting upset?
No, I didn't even do that. Tried to lay my hand down.
This is
your
a
ass.
Beatles mono box we just took out of the shipping box. I opened this sealed to reveal on a video, one of my past videos you can check out. That's the original shipping box from Germany. The ultimate way to hear the Beatles monos recordings from 2014. And all the Beatles fans and freaks are upset that they won't release this again. And it makes the price of it just keep going up. But it was discounted. I remember buying this for $200-300 way back then, 2014, 2015. The price just keeps exploding. And it's worth, this is up for sale at $2,000. Never been played. We just opened it up live on the air. Open it up one more time. You gotta be real careful not to tear that slipcase up.
Did anybody on eBay do Black Friday deals?
I'm sure they did. Black Friday deal. Let me concentrate on this. This, when you open this up, that's the way it was packed. The real silica gels, the foam, and everything is in resealable bags. And the Mono Masters is factory sealed. And the book is factory sealed. If I can pull it out of there. That is, it will sell before long. All right, that is the front. Let's put this away. We gotta get into the butcher cover.
You got that one sealed box autograph thing.
Careful with this. I gotta flip it over. Put it back into place. We got the BC-13 from 1982. Excellent, hardly played condition with mostly Harry T. Moss recuts on the albums to add a little more bass into Paul McCartney's playing. We got a 1981 Beatles singles collection box, the last issue of it with the blue insert, and it's got the picture disc for Love Me Do. So this must be a 1982 version because that picture disc didn't come out till 1982. And we got the Beatles Anthology promo kit from 1996, made to look like a stack of albums. Got the briefcase or the binder inside and the sealed VHS tape, sneak preview of Anthology. And we got the signed 1964 book for Eyes of the Storm. See if I got that right. I haven't pulled this out in a while. Eyes of the Storm, signed, Paul McCartney signed 175 books. And this is number, never been opened up. The COA is only good if I never open it up. 55. Somebody wanted me to give him a good deal on this for Christmas. And I said, yeah, I'll give you a good deal, $7,900. And he replied, ha. I was dead serious.
Ain't that you're so good.
There can't be too many of these sealed left in the world. That's a COA from Perry Cox that shows the pictures of what it looked like if it was opened up.
But how do you know Perry Cox is not lying?
Perry Cox is the expert on beetles. That's what it looks like if you open the box. Got a special slip case. And on the first page, Paul McCartney has a great big signature. All right, it's butcher cover time.
For the promo thing first,
Promo what?
the Incredible, do that first. I would start with that as you get into your
All right, butcher cover time. This is a reproduction. Kick that poster too. That's right out the room to your left. There's a poster too. This is the reproduction of the Beatles promo 1966. And this is the real deal. The real poster is inside this that I got from Perry Cox. It's up for sale with a COA, but I'm not going to pull it out of there. I'll let the person that buys it. I'm going to keep it in perfect condition, but this is what it looks like if you...
Well, tell them it's been
Unroll
pulled out in the video before. We have to.
Yeah, we have taken it out and shown it twice in the video.
But we don't want to do it now. I'm just saying.
But it's inside here all professionally packaged up. And this is the, they were supposed to destroy all these. They made like 500,000 of them, but almost all of them were destroyed, but a few of them got out to radio stations and DJs. And that poster was in a private collection for many, many years. In the 1990s, they used the original 4-color proofs. I just got this in 2 days ago. And this is one of the first 150. And the first 150, this is number 44, were all textured like the original butcher cover. It's one time that they made the butcher cover. It's a little bigger, 12 3/4 by 12 3/4, but this is equal or superior to what an original butcher cover looks like. And I'm going to show you now a first date.
Are you done with this?
I just want some comparison.
Oh, okay. I'm going to put it over here and see if
I just put this up on my eBay store yesterday, and then I haven't checked lately, and then in 24 hours I got 35 people interested in purchasing this for $19,999. A near mint first date, original authentic, never covered over, mono butcher cover from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Near mint condition. Unbelievable. Because most of these would have been put in frames and over the last 50 years, and they would have a aging wear from the sun and stuff, but this is remarkable. One of the top 50 condition butcher covers in the world. We're going to get into our trivia questions now. You ready for the trivia questions?
And only tell me the right result, please.
Everyone, get ready for trivia questions. Questionnaire time.
This is a COA from Perry Cox saying this is a near mint first date mono butcher cover. The only flaw, it's got a little crease right down there on the bottom corner. But this is a little wider than the trim butcher covers. I just peeled this yesterday, a stereo. And if you match the two up, you can see where this has been trimmed 3/16 of an inch. That's what Capitol Records did, so they knew which ones were in inventory that were covered up with the trunk slick. That's a removed trunk slick from the stereo butcher cover I did yesterday. And I have this, I don't have this listed yet, but I'm gonna put this up tomorrow.
Brad Cornell said happy birthday. His niece's son is 11 today.
Maybe I did put this up. Well, I'm losing track. This might already be up for sale at I think $2,500. That's the third best stereo butcher cover I've ever peeled out of the 100. I peeled the stereos are 5 times rarer than the mono. Okay, here's our 3 trivia questions concerning the butcher cover.
When someone gets it, can I blow the horn?
Yeah. So in 1987, after 20 years of being in Alan Livingston's closet. He had a whole box of First State butcher covers. He gave 4 of them to his son Peter, because Peter needed some money to go into the Beetle Fest in Los Angeles in 1987 to sell them. And the first person that bought one of these First State butcher covers was Mr. Perry Cox. He is the first person. He bought a stereo First State sealed butcher cover. How much did Perry Cox pay Peter for the First State stereo butcher cover? That's the first trivia question. Second trivia question. This box of Livingston covers First State that was in Alan Livingston's closet for 20 years, there was approximately 24. Were they all factory sealed? The answer is yes or no. That's the second question. Third question, final question. The last mono First State butcher cover that Alan Livingston owned, he sold to a collector a couple years before he passed away in the early 2000s. In 2022, this last mono butcher cover First State from Alan Livingston sold on a Beatles high-end website out of the New York area for how much? The last mono Livingston sold for how much? Buy it now. Let's see if you can get all 3 of those. If you do, you win.
All 3 of them.
Alright, don't
You have
read
to.
it. Don't read any of them. Don't read any of them.
Don't,
You
can't
have to
read
put
it.
them all 3 together. Then.
You have to have all 3 answers
Yeah.
in the same reply, and they have to all be correct.
Yeah.
The first person. Then you can send an email to my STICKERMANIA
Well,
at
no,
yahoo.com.
do the eBay STICKERMANIA. EBay is send it to
Oh
you.
yeah, you can send me an email either one to STICKERMANIA. Is it at yahoo.com?
Yeah.
That's our YouTube email address, or to my eBay page and with your address, and you will win this peeled butcher
Okay,
cover.
So
All right, somebody's gonna have to look at all these questions.
there's all your answers. So those are the
Mr.
3.
We got 1,
Tell me when one's right so I can blow the horn.
yes, no, no, no. Nobody's got it yet. Keep trying.
Can I guess the second?
No.
You're getting the first one, you're getting right. The second one and third one. Oh, wait a minute, we might have one here. Boy, you're close. Vita Lafado was really close, but you don't have it. Keep going. Getting close. Nope. Okay. Well, you guys are having a problem on the third question about what they sold for at the Fab 4 collectibles in 2022, the last mono butcher cover. Somebody almost had it licensed it, but you have one of them incorrect. A little hint for you all, and those sealed butcher or those Livingston butcher covers that were in his closet, one of them wasn't factory sealed. One of them had a seam split and was opened up. So the answer is no on that one. So I think we're gonna have to give this to licensed.
No, you gotta wait till someone gets it completely wrong.
No, yeah, you're right. Mr. Beetle Pro, you're the winner. 2,500 no and 65,000. That is the answer.
All y'all had to do was say no. He was giving y'all
You
the
just
answer.
beat out licensed license a KLN by a way to go, Beatles Pro. I met you before.
All you had to do was say no.
We gotta have your address so we can send it out to you.
He's going to track it down.
Way to go, Mr. Beatles Pro. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Yay!
To go.
And celebrate.
Celebrate. Let's go. No, way to go, Mr. Beatles Pro. All right, I got to put my $20,000 cover away.
Right, but don't blow them. So, we're down to 5 minutes. Do you want to do happy birthday now?
I'm going
Are you pretty much done with everything?
I was going to show some more butchers for a second here.
More butchers? Okay, well then go do what you gotta do. Hurry up.
I'm going to get the cups of wine.
Way to go, Mr. Beatles Pro. We need your address, and I can send this out for you.
Leave that. Put that away.
I knew it was
Hey,
tricky.
let's go get
That was a tricky question of were they all factory sealed? When Perry Cox messaged me the other day about him going to a different room to buy the first one for $2,500, he said, yeah, and there was one that wasn't factory sealed, had a seam split, and they sold it to somebody that wanted a mono, and they sold a stereo, but it had already been opened up. And $65,000 was the correct answer of the last Livingston cover that sold in 2022 mono from, what did I say, Beatles? Fab Four Collectibles out of New York, sold for $65,000.
Alright, 2 comments.
Mr.
Way to go, Beatles Pro!
What?
Brad Parnell said, too bad I didn't win. I could have saved you postage. LOL.
Yeah, you're right, Brad. You're correct.
Mr. Beatles Pro says, should I send my address through eBay message?
Yes,
Yes, you should.
that'd be correct. Way to go, Beatles Pro.
Please.
Or STICKERMANIA at yahoo.com.
Mr. Sticker Man.
Mr. STICKERMANIA at yahoo.com is our YouTube email address.
I'm taking this.
Homemade bighorns for $1.
2 more butcher covers, 3 more butcher covers. I got more butcher covers than I ever had in inventory at one time in my life. All right, here we go. We have a West Coast that I just put up tonight for $2,500. West Coast with a near mint peel, a number 6. These are real tough to peel because of the strong glue. And I didn't peel this myself, but these are almost impossible to get a near mint peel on the West Coast. Must have been done by Jim. I'm not coming up with his name now. That lives in Texas.
Wolfie Baby said all that studying down the drain.
Ha! Wolfie
He
Baby.
was messaging you on eBay too, because I got a bet he was trying to do the answer through eBay.
The answers were coming in lightning fast, but everybody was getting it wrong. They were all saying they were all factory sealed. The Livingston covers, all of them were factory sealed except for one. So I guess when they put them in the closet, one of Allen Livingston, him or his wife must have opened one of them and played it, and had a seam split in the cover.
I knew the answer.
You knew the answer?
Because not everything's sealed.
So this is I told you about the West Coast. This is a one I just got from Jeff Osberger, an East Coast with a really nice peel. But this one has a perfect spine and edges, where this one, the spine is pretty wore out. Number 3, Scranton, has a correct goldenrod inner sleeve and the correct record. And one more I got here from Louisville, a local buy a couple of days ago. I'm going to peel that this week. A perfect, excellent condition, second state, East Coast mono butcher cover with a water-based glue that I'll be able to steam peel off. Hopefully I get a near mint peel out of this cover this week. You can see, can you see Ringo peeking through there with his V-neck?
So Mr. Beetle Pro said he sent the email. Hopefully you got it. We'll check in when we get done. And Brad Parnell says, do you ever sell any without peeling them?
I have a couple times a West Coast that are real nice shape, but this one here, the stereo, I bought this in the factory shrink, and I have the nerve to take the factory shrink off and peel them. I used to not have the nerve to do that, but I've done 100 of them, and so now I'm pretty confident that I can do it. Any more questions before we wind this down? I talked about being on Rachel Ghost. Check that out, that interview coming up January 3rd at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Rachel Ghost is going to interview me again. And I'll have a few new Holy Grails coming in Tuesday that I'll be able to show on Wednesday from Led Zeppelin, the Rolling Stones, and the Beatles.
Oh,
Alright,
oh,
well,
I'm happy.
let's all put that card on the table for me. And
Let's
then we're
all-
gonna sing him happy birthday.
Let's all sing happy birthday for my grandpa.
All right, here we go.
1.
Hold on, let him sit down and get settled. Just wait. Wait.
Can I get
Wait,
this hat on?
Do we want these cups? Take the drinks or the records off.
Take these off.
No, he needs to take that record off. I don't want anything spilling. I'm not gonna put much in these cups for you guys.
All right, there, sticker kid and sticker granddaughter's gonna have a little bit of red grape
It's like sparkling juice.
sparkling grape juice.
It's gonna be good.
All right, let's go. Happy birthday. Who's gonna start it off?
1, 2, 1, 2, 3,
Happy birthday
Birthday.
to you. Happy birthday
To you.
Happy birthday, dear friend.
Mr. Stickermania. And you're gonna be 70 in an hour.
Start over.
All right.
No.
That was trash. Okay,
Alright, go.
3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Mr. Stickermania, Papa.
Happy birthday.
to you.
Many
Thanks.
more.
Where's your little noise?
Drink
Yeah,
your
now you can make a noise.
Happy New Year, everybody.
So Bob Loud said, "Let's go." Thank you. It's my boy Bob.
Bob Lowe, I know he always.
He's
gets
a
good
friend that I brought
Yeah,
over that
yeah.
one time. Mr. Beatles Pro, go do him quick.
Let's go.
Okay, Mr. Beatles Pro said, what's that email again? It didn't go through. And
Just do the eBay.
If you did it through eBay, I'll get it.
Go through eBay Stickermania 2853. That's your best way. I promise you.
And then Woofy Baby said, I'll catch you on Rachel's Ghost and the best to you in your 2024. Joseph Mancio said, congratulations, Mr. Beatles Pro. And then Brad Parnell said, everybody drive home safely.
All right.
Peace out.
So peace out from Louisville, Kentucky. What do you say, Sticker Kid? Protect.
Happy New
Good
Year.
job. Happy New Year.